Understand that with every great blessing, with many great blessings, comes a lot of great challenges. With most great victories is preceded by a great challenge. Jesus said, you'll get your blessing in full measure. It'll be pressed down, shaken together, and running over shall men give into your bosom. The law of the world works this way. So is men giving this into your heart. To be pressed down. You can be pressed on every side. Pressing. Pressure. Hegelian dialectic. It'll be pressed down. You'll be pressed in. You'll be boxed in a lot of times before you really have your breakthrough. And you'll be shaken up a lot of times before you have your breakthrough, before you get your big blessing. Before you get your big ticket item, there will be a pressing and there will be a shaking. And this running over means there will be a spilling. There will be a rattling of your container, i.e., circumstances will cause what's in you to come out of you. It'll cause what you gleaned to sheen. It'll be seen on the outside. It's going to be pressed down and shaken together. And it's going to be running over. There is one thing that does that. Soda. When you shake it up, because of the carbonation, it'll bubble over. You shake up a soda, it sprays out. That's carbonation being pressed together, being pressed down, being put in a can, put in a plastic bottle. But once that stuff is shaken up, once you're shaken up, you might be a 1 liter person. You might be a 2 liter person. You might be a 3 liter person. But time and circumstance on some level will shake us all up. It'll shake us up. And the results of this shaking up and this pressing down, this pressure and this shaking and this instability of life's rhythms and life's events, the instability and the turbulence that comes with existence on the world stage will cause what's in you to come out of you violently. Like a volcano, it'll erupt. You be prepared to face this. But how do you get it to where you just don't have to get all of your blessings this way? You have to have an outpouring of yourself. Because if you're constantly pouring out, you won't be a victim to being pressed down and shaken together and having everything within you spill out of you, given unto you from men. You won't have to have it that way. You can just have an outpour. And with that outpour, your gifts can just be dropped in the stream like a waterfall. You can't make a waterfall overflow. It just flows already. So you got to be flowing already, which means you have to have an outpouring of yourself. Something about you has to be an outpour, or else what's going to happen? You keep getting and getting and gaining and gaining, and all of a sudden, you start spilling out of the seams. Too much reception without projection. Too much receiving without enough giving. This stuff will just pour out of you. It'll just pour forth from you. It'll spill out from the seams. You'll break the creases. And you can spill whatever substance is in you rather than pour out whatever substance is in you. See, the spilling has everything to do with it being out of your control. It's being spilt, like being knocked over, being agitated, being erupted, being disturbed. But if it's an outpour, that's just flowing. It's moving with the wind. It's not moving by men. It's moving by the wind. It's moving by the spirit. It's not moving by flesh. So you can have an outpouring so that you don't have an outspilling.